Okay, so where do you want the rest of this stuff?
Just put that anywhere. I'm not really gonna unpack most of the stuff till I'm back from my vacation anyway.
What? Then why'd you have me move all this stuff here in the first place?
Because I need a funny bit to open up what's probably gonna be a very serious episode.
Oh, well, good luck with that.
Am I so wrong to wish that they would see things like I do? And am I so wrong to think that they might love me too?
Hey, every pony, welcome back to Pony Talk. And what's this? 2 episodes back to back? Why, yes. Yes, it is. Why, you may ask? Well, that's simple. As I said at the opening, I'm going on vacation with some friends next week, and the time I would have had to put up this episode, I'd be there. And I was thinking of doing this episode after that, but, well, look, I'll just be honest. This is going to be a pretty serious episode and might go into some personal things. So I really just want to get all of this out and then have time with my friends to recover. So with that cheery introduction out of the way, let's talk about Luna and depression. I've been mulling this episode over for a while since I saw Do Princesses Dream of Magic Sheep and the Brony Analysis community's response to it. Particularly the notion that this episode did a disservice to people with depression. Yeah, I don't really see that, and honestly, I think they handled it pretty well. Or at least as far as a kid's show could handle it. Heck, the fact that My Little Pony is even dealing with something like this is amazing in and of itself. And shows that this show is indeed more than the little girl talking pony show. So, let's start this at, well, the beginning and the first indication that something might have been wrong when Luna said this.
What? My dream ended happily? That cannot happen!
Yeah, that pretty much set the tone for the entire episode. And caused a bit of a stir later when we, of course, got this revelation.
I created the Tantibus to give myself the same nightmare every night. To punish myself for the evil I caused as Nightmare Moon. But why would you do that? To make sure I never forgave myself for how much Equestria suffered because of me.
And that's where the discussions really began. I know there are quite a few who think that Tantibus should have been an outside force that was just controlling Luna, and that her creating it to punish herself goes against the more fun-loving Luna we've seen in like Luna Eclipse, or the inspiring Luna that was always there to help out the CMC. Well, see, the thing is though, all of those are really correct. Because depression isn't just one thing. You're not one way all the time, it's a sliding scale. And, in a way, it is kind of a thing our bodies make to attack us. Obviously not willingly, like Luna did here, but it is a force inside us that is punishing us. Now, I'm obviously not any kind of psychiatrist or psychologist or whatever the proper term is, but some of my closest friends do suffer from depression. And I have indeed seen their mood swing like that. Practically all of them are the nicest people you will ever meet, and they are always there to help out their friends. But then sometimes something flips in their brain, and they just consider themselves completely worthless. And they just go about punishing themselves and believing that thought and just making it worse. Just like Luna, they can end up punishing themselves for some past aggression, whether real or imaginary. And in fact, I can greatly sympathize with that because while I don't think I have depression, I do have a lot of self-esteem and self-worth issues. There have been plenty of times where I've made a mistake and just obsessed over it and thought I was just the worst kind of person for making it. And when my creative endeavors don't get the response I feel they should get, I spiral into a self-loathing funk. I feel like nothing I do is worth it, so why should I even bother trying? Granted, I can come out of it easily enough, and that's why I don't feel I have the level of depression I know some of my friends have, but yeah, obviously that's not a good thing I should be thinking. But of course, none of this compares to the tremendous amounts of guilt Luna must feel for trying to take over Equestria's Nightmare Moon, or even getting to that low point where she became Nightmare Moon. Then there's the fact she knew Celestia had to rule herself for 1,000 years, and it made Celestia sad. She had to banish Luna to the moon, and, well, it's a whole lot of stuff for any pony to deal with. Especially alone, which kind of is another crux of this issue. Especially when this resolution came about.
Yeah! If it gets strong because you feel bad about what you did as Nightmare Moon, then you just gotta stop feeling bad for what you did! How can I forgive myself? I am no better now than I was then. My creation is about to turn the world into a living nightmare! But look at what you're doing! Nightmare Moon would have wanted the Tantibus to turn Equestria into a nightmare. You're doing everything you can to stop it. Don't you see? That proves you're not the same pony you were then. Every pony who knows you knows that Nightmare Moon is in the past. We all trust you, Luna. Do you trust us enough to believe we're right? I do.
I know at least one Brony analysis got really upset about that bit, particularly calling it the Tumblr logic of just share your feelings and get a hug and you'll feel all better. Well, that's kind of what therapy sessions are. You sit down with someone and talk about all your problems and get it off your chest, which is perfectly normal, healthy, and honestly the way you should go about it. And to me, that's what that scene reflects. It gets to the most crucial part of dealing with depression. That being that you cannot, nor should not, do it alone. Open up. Talk to someone. Be it spouse, friend, family, or licensed professional. Just let someone know what you're going through. Let someone in. And that right there, that scene, is what Luna did. She let the main six, and honestly the rest of the residents of Ponyville, in. She stopped punishing herself for those past mistakes, and that's what defeated the Tantibus. She embraced those mistakes and made them part of her. Because sometimes your mistakes can make you stronger. You just have to learn from them instead of dwell on them. And I firmly believe that is what Luna did. Now, is she 100% better? Oh, Celestia, no. But, as we saw at the end of the episode, she finally got a good night's sleep. Or day sleep, whenever she sleeps. The point is, she's sleeping better now. And that she has taken the first step in the long road to improving herself. To the point where hopefully she can fully forgive herself for all of her past misdeeds as Nightmare Moon. And again, for me, that's what the takeaway of this episode is. Don't punish yourself for things that you have done wrong. Learn from them, move on, and be stronger. And that's a lesson everyone can take to heart. And with that, I think I'm done with this kind of emotionally draining episode. I definitely need a vacation now, so I'll see you all again when I come back. In fact, to lighten things up when I do come back, I think I'll do a review of Slice of Life. That should be pretty fun. But before I go, I want to close this episode out on a clip I feel everyone really does need to see. Something we all need to hear from time to time, regardless if you suffer from depression or not. And if the man who said these words had listened to himself, maybe he would still be here with us today.
You know what? I want you all to look at me. I want you all to look at me. I want you to... Because what I'm about to say is important, I think. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. And I want you all to know this. This goes out to everybody. You're not stupid. Okay? You're not stupid. Don't ever tell yourself that you are. You're important. What you have in your head may not mean a lot to a lot of people, but it's what makes you special. You are important. You mean something. And you're going to go out there and you're going to do some wonderful things. But first and foremost, you're not stupid. You're not an idiot. Don't ever tell yourself that you are. And if nobody else ever tells you this, I will tell you this. I care about you. Thank you for coming to my stream today.